Good evening and welcome to the Yorktown Middle School Band Concert and Clinic Night live stream. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you'll take a moment to subscribe to the YHS Media channel on YouTube so you can stay up to date to all of the live stream band concerts, athletic events, and more. Sit back, enjoy the show, leave a comment. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm looking forward to a wonderful performance, and we'll hope to see you all very soon. Anybody? Y'all can talk, it's cool. It's all good. This has to be the quietest group I've ever heard. Yeah. You ready? Yep. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chuck Ruth, and I've been helping out with Yorktown school bands now for 22 years. Started back when I had fifth graders in band, and they graduated and I didn't. Tonight, just a few comments about festival night. This is festival night. It's a little different than a regular concert, and we'll explain that more in just a second. A reminder that we can't do the concert unless everyone stays masked, so we do appreciate that. A big thank you to Mr. Dudley and Mr. Strong. Without their assistance, tonight's in-person concert would not have been possible. A big thank you to Whitney Gilliam and the YHS Media team for their assistance with tonight's live streaming of the event. And a thank you to Dr. Henshaw for his continued support as superintendent of the entire music program here at the Yorktown Community Schools. Our programs are continuing to grow and flourishing, and without his support that would not be possible. And a big thank you also to the band boosters who provided a lot of logistical support and just support in general for all that the band programs do. It's so exciting to be in person for a change. This band has not performed in front of a live audience since December of 2019. I think they were born then, but it's been that long. Not only that, this year they've only been in school in person probably 50% of the time. So it's been a challenge, but one that I think they're up to, and they're very excited about the possibility of playing for you. We have two clinicians tonight, and by that we mean somebody who's going to work with the band after they perform their program for you. So you're going to get a chance to see how other instructors work with bands and kind of get a chance to see how the sausage is made, so to speak. It'll be kind of fun and different, and everybody will enjoy seeing some of that kind of instruction that would occur in the band room that you might not otherwise be privy to. So tonight we're going to go ahead and start, and this is going to be exactly like a performance at a festival. And so The next band hails from Yorktown, Indiana, under the direction of Mr. Dan Miller and student teacher A.J. Kalinowski. They will be playing two pieces, James River Journey by Gary Fagan and Ultimatum by Robert W. Smith. Please welcome the Yorktown Band.
He warned me about that. Sorry. Try it again.
You guys gonna rock, paper, scissors, or what? All right, tonight, as Dr. Ruth said, we do have two clinicians with us. First, from Pendleton Heights Middle School and High School, the Assistant Director of Bands here, Mr. Nathan Hostetler. And Director of Bands and Choirs at Yorktown High School, Mr. Clay Arnett. It's all yours.
All right. 10 minutes, does that look like it?
Yeah, 10, 12 minutes.
Well, we're going to stay on ultimatum. First off, I do want to say nice job, guys. That was a fantastic show. It feels good to perform, right? Yeah. All of my bands have performed last night. Now, we've been lucky enough to be in school and we performed a little bit more, but so it is great relief to have a performance and have an audience appreciate it. So congratulations on making that happen. Now, is ultimatum your favorite piece? No, not your favorite piece? Okay. It's important, I always tell, it's important not to let everyone know that it is your favorite piece. You always want to make sure that both are worked on and both are at caliber. So let's dig into a few things here. First and foremost, let's just do some dynamic stuff. Take a look at the beginning. It starts very soft, and I see piano. Piano means very soft, and then fortissimo with two F's. Does anyone know what forte actually means? Forte means double that. What is forte? Louder. In Italian, actually means strong. So we're going to be really strong because it comes from fortress, right? That's what the word comes from. It's going to be strong and it's going to be loud. So we say loud a lot because it helps us play louder. So I want to start softer and build it up. Here we go. Let's try the beginning. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Start soft. Okay, so now the last sound has to be a really resonant chord. It's got to be well balanced. Play the downbeat, hold it out, measure 3. Hold that note out. Ready? And 1, 2, ready, and. It's not fortissimo to me. So you played about medium loud. Try more air, deeper breath, make sure it comes from the stomach, play it loud. 2, and ready. That's a fantastic sound that we need to have happening at measure 3. So you got to build up to that. Try the beginning. Let's go on this time. 1, 2, beginning, ready. Start loud. If you have a bigger difference in your dynamics level, it'll be more impressive. Start very soft. I don't care if like half of you don't play the first note. I really don't. Dee-da, then get bigger from there. Let's try that. Ready? Beginning. 1, 2, ready. We're going to stop quite a lot. Okay, you did a whole run through already. You should be fine. Measure 5, decrescendo. Those people that are still playing there, da da da. So usually that tambourine, that's going to come up decrescendo a lot. Percussion especially. I expect you to play musically. I do. Just because you're hitting stuff doesn't mean you can't make music with it, right? You have to play with the dynamics. You have to follow what the rest of the group is doing, right? Let's try it right there. Let's go measure 3. So a big solid chord, and then it brings it down until we have the main line of the melody. Here we go. Measure 3. Ready? 1, 2, really loud. Ready? And. I don't want to get too loud yet. This piece is going to steadily build up. So the whole piece should have a big attacking entrance. Then we'll bring it up slowly. So don't play 17 too loud. Everyone, we have a sforzando piano. It's S, F, Z. And I'm pretty sure there's another one somewhere where you hit it. Now, it'll be more exciting if we hit it and then back away. So because the flutes and the oboes have it earlier, let's everyone look at measure 58 at the ending. This is the sforzando that I'm talking about. I want to make sure that we do this. So we're going to hit it really hard with a hard attack. We're going to back it away just a smidge, almost like mezzo forte. Then build it up even more because there's a crescendo after it. And that crescendo has to have change. So how do we get change? We make our differences bigger. So we're going to push the low end lower and then raise up the high end. That'll be more impressive. Let me hear you do that. 58, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 58, ready. And all of a sudden it becomes more exciting and more entertaining. That's what we're trying to do. Make it more exciting. Okay? So flutes, oboe, clarinet, you guys have it at 13. Really bring that out. Everyone, let's go at 7. I want to hear that change. Going on. Don't get too loud yet. We're not to a high point of the piece yet. That's the ending. The whole piece is going to build. 7. 1, 2, 7. Da, da, Let's stop right there. So, who's responsible for tempo? Who has an idea? Who's responsible for tempo? Percussion? Any other ideas? No? Any other ideas? Everyone. Young man right there. Oh, I forgot my stickers. I was going to give you a sticker today. Here's your imaginary, it's a virtual sticker. There you go. Virtual sticker. Everybody is in charge. It's not your director's responsibility either. Them going like this, trying to keep you together, it's not them. You guys have to make sure you lock in that tempo and listen to each other. Right now we have some tunnel vision happening. We're looking down at our music and we don't know what's going on. So we have tempo, riffs kind of splitting apart and going everywhere. So you got to be careful that you're really listening in for that. Right? So everyone's in charge of tempo. Director's not. You start conducting like this. This is my instrument. Doesn't it sound great? No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound like anything. You guys have to make that music. You guys are in charge of tempo. We all are. So we're going to put all that together. Let's see if we can lock in this tempo a little bit cleaner here. 5 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Miller. 17. And 1, 2, 17, ready, there. You know what? I'm not going to conduct. I want you guys to do it. Let me see what you do by yourself. I'll start you though. 17. Ready? 1, 2, 17. Keep it together. So that was actually pretty decent. I can tell when it's good because 23 locks in. Everyone's got that big hit right there. Ding, bong, bong. You can tell when tempo's together because it's not, here we are. Yeah, we got locked in it. So it's better. 27, another big moment right here, just like the beginning. All getting bigger. There you go, 27, let's go on. 1, 2, 27, ready, and. So percussion, what helps after that roll is if you're thinking counts during that roll to make sure you're coming in, because at 39 we were a little bit slow. So subdivide 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and dum 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 dum, so you're not behind. That's going to help quite a bit. Lock that in. Everybody find 33. I was really hoping for some clarity with this rhythm. Right, got a little bit muddy. Now, I'm blessed with performing in a gym too. We do the same thing. We don't get to use our auditorium, and everything is booming. Young man, what's your name at the bass drum? Jacob, I want you to give that bass drum a good old hit. Just loud. Harder, man. It's still going, right? That happens with all of our sound. It's just going to get muddy. So we have to be really clean when we produce it. That way it's understandable by the time it gets to our lovely family. Right? Let's try it. Here we go. This is 33. T, T, T. Oh, I can hear that. Ta, ta, T, up. 1, 2, ready. Let's go on. That was much cleaner. 1, 2, 33, ready. Got percussion here. There's a lot going on, isn't there? Who has new material? Is there anything new that we haven't heard yet? Anyone know? Who's playing something new they haven't heard yet? I'm seeing things in the flute, clarinet line I haven't heard yet. I've heard bop, bop, beep, bop, doo, dot, dot. I've heard that already like 1,000 times. I would like to hear more flute, oboe, and clarinet if I could. I think it's going to be a lot more bang for our buck. Okay? So 41. Bring out that main line for those people. Everyone else relax a little bit. Mezzo forte for most of you anyway. Here we go. 41. 1, 2. Think those 8 notes percussion to help our timing. And 1, 2, 41. Example of just a complete difference. Forte, then the piano. So look at 55, all the way down to piano. That loud for it, then you got to bring it down. Sorry, woodwinds, you're not doing it enough. You got to do a little bit more. Everybody, let's start that again. Let's go 41. Lock in those 8 notes still. Da, da, da. Kind of hoping for better tempo here. 1, 2, 41. Ready, go. Overdoing the articulation, so we talked a little bit about, with the dynamics especially. Can you get a difference between your louds and your softs, and can you make that difference bigger? That's what we're going for, trying to make that bigger. Great job today. I'm going to let Mr. Arnett take over for a little bit, because I guess he's going to be your future band director. It'd be nice to hear from him a little bit, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and pull up the first tune.
Thank you, Mr. H.
I'm fine. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Okay, first of all, I listen to you, and I can't help it. I listen to you as 7th graders, but in the back of my mind, you're freshmen, because I'm thinking about a couple of years and how you sound now and how you're going to get older and continue to improve and where you're starting right now. Let me say this, and this is for the parents and your directors. Guys, I'm floored by how well you're playing, especially considering all the time we've had off. I mean, as somebody like Mr. H, who stands in front of bands that have not gotten to play many concerts and have not even gotten to have many face-to-face rehearsals, you guys are off to a really good start this year. So, that's exciting. Which of the 2 pieces do you think you probably play better? Yeah, okay, and we know that. That's no secret. So I'm going to take some time, and this is one of those things where you in the first piece, you play so many things, and you're doing so many things so well that I'm just going to list them, and then we'll go on and we'll talk about a couple of things maybe we could tweak to make them a little better. I'm happy with your posture. I'm happy with your overall tone quality. Your attention span to the director is good. The full sound. I was looking at Mr. Miller, and I was doing this little pyramid thing because we have this pyramid of sound where we have a nice broad bass. And you know, having such capable low brass and the string bass warms it up so nicely. It's so cool to have. And then to have everything build off of that, and you know, the tone quality is good. Your full sound is nice. Percussion on this piece in particular, I thought your control was very good. A good balance within the band. And you know, the other thing I notice is I don't feel like anybody's hiding. I don't feel like, you know, out of the clarinet section, some of you are playing and some of you are not. I don't feel that at all. I feel like everybody's doing their part, and I think that's excellent. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things we could probably improve on a little bit. First of all, which travels faster, light or sound? Light, absolutely. So, when your conductor, and I will use my pencil, but when your conductor is conducting, and you see that, you're going to see that much faster than you're going to hear this flute player play. Make sense? So you people in the back, if you're watching and everybody starts at the same time, your sound all starts at the same time and goes forward together. If you don't watch and you just listen, by the time her flute sound goes all the way over here and hits this wall and comes all the way back and hits your ear, and you go, oh yeah, time to play, and you play, her sound's already been there, your sound's coming in, and you sound like you're not together. Can we agree on that? Okay, so watching is hugely important. Let me show you a couple of things you can do to make that better, okay? I want you to take your finger and I want you to point to your first measure. And I want you to lift your hand straight up. Is it pointing to me? If it's not, your stand's in the wrong place. Can you adjust it? Yeah, and that's one of the hard things, you know, we set up and we're like, we want the rows to be pretty and we want the stands to be pretty, and that's good, but they're really just tools, aren't they? Okay? So we put those tools right where we want them. Here's the other thing. How many of you can see my fingertips wiggling over the top of your stand? If you can, your stand's too low. So raise your stand until you can't see my fingers. Okay? Now, if your eyes are aimed at that music and your stand's high, while you're playing, it's a little easier to see me and it's a little easier to stay together. Agreed? Yeah, okay. Next thing. Okay, I'll put on my glasses. Next thing. When we're playing, I feel a lot of times we do this. Ha, 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 as opposed to do, 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 do. What's the difference? Who can help me? Yeah. Okay, in the one, it's just a bunch of huffing and puffing with no tonguing or articulation. That's excellent. What else? What about the air? Yeah. Bingo, you got it. And that was excellent because you're not even playing an air instrument, so very proud of you, okay? It's very choppy. It's ha, 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 and there's sound and space, sound and space. If you make one stream of air as you play, and then just do the articulations and move the fingerings, it'll sound smoother. Let's try trumpets at measure 5. What about there? Okay? Okay? Trumpets at 5. Ready? 1, 2, ready. That's all right. Play out. You're fine. You're fine. 1, 2, ready, aim. You do at 5 or not until 13, right? Oh, you were joining them? Oh, please do that. Okay. Yeah. If anybody who's playing at 5, go ahead. Ready? 1, 2, ready, aim. Good. Now I want you to do something for me. This time, don't tongue. Just blow air and move valves. Can you try that? But make sure the air doesn't stop. 1, two, ready. Okay, now we're on the right track. Now go ahead and do that, but this time tongue. Okay, but make that air, one stream of air again. 1, 2, ready, and. Very nice, very nice. That's like filling in the cracks. Okay, so we don't have puff, puff with little cracks of sound when we do that. Can I hear the, let's see, low brass and saxophones at 37? Would you do the same thing we just talked about? Push your air, one stream of air, and keep the air moving. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and. That's better, good. Saxophones, if you're doing this with your head, and that's okay because everybody does it, but if you're going, first of all, it better be a heavy metal song. Second of all, but if you're doing that, you need to make sure that you're not going, you're going, one stream of air. Try it one more time, okay? That was good. We're moving air. 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, very nice. Okay. All right, let's talk about crescendos. Let's talk about our crescendos. Here's another thing I think we could do a little better. Mr. Hostetler talked about this, but during crescendos, there are 2 rules. Does anybody have a guess on what those 2 rules are? They're kind of unwritten rules. Okay? Number 1, don't breathe. Not like ever, but just during the crescendo. Okay? Because if you're doing a crescendo and you're going up the hill and you're louder, 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 break. Louder, louder, it doesn't make much sense, right? The second thing is, the first thing you do when you see a crescendo is you get softer. Which sounds better? Da, 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 da. Or da, 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 da. The second one kind of makes you go, wait a minute, what happened? Because the best way to get somebody's attention is to have unexpected silence. Okay? Good. Let's find a crescendo. Where do we have a crescendo? Going into 45 maybe? Yeah. Can we all do that? Let's all play that crescendo going into 45. Ready? Start softer and don't breathe. 1, 2, ready. Now, how many of you felt like that was one stream of air? Okay, good. Let's do it again. Do it with one stream of air. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, and that's a lot what we were talking about with the other piece, is that we're making more dynamic contrast because of that, okay? Let's go back, and I want to hear a little bit of that section, and then we'll wrap it up, okay? Here is 37, please. 37 to the end for me. Ready? All together? And 1, 2, ready. Stop. How many of you know how many fingers I held up? Raise your hand if you know how many fingers I held up. If you don't, you weren't watching. And that was what we were talking about, that sight thing. Can we do it again at 37, please? This time, watch. I might do something. I might have a dove come out of my shirt. We don't know. Okay, 37. 1, 2, ready, and. Don't rush. Here it comes. Get softer, get softer. Come on, here you go. Good job, and I know my time's up, but I have one last thing I want to do, and Mr. Miller won't get mad at me, I promise. Okay? The very last note. Everybody play the very last note of the piece for me. It cuts off on 3, yes? Okay, so here's the very last note. Ready? Oh, not yet. 1, 2, ready, go. Now, there are 3 ways to release that with your throat. Ta. No, not very comfortable. With your tongue. Ta. And the third way, by just stopping the air. Listen to this one. Ta. Listen to the reverberation. Listen. Ta. Ta. See how that one's pinched off? So can we play that last note, and instead of closing our throat, instead of putting our tongue in the way, let's just simply stop the air so it resonates. Okay? 1, 2, last note, and. We can do better. 1, 2, ready. One more time. This will be the best one, we promise. 1, 2, ready, and. Great job. Thank you for letting me work with you guys. Since you're such a wonderful captain, Mr. Miller allowed me just very quickly to remind you that we sent a letter home, and he's also sent emails at home. The kids, now that they are finishing 7th grade, are now finally eligible to be part of the Department of Work Council.
Do me a favor.
We've already got quite a few kids that signed up for the middle school. It's going to be a good group this year. Some people are already at 47. We still have another week to serve them. So just put that on your radar. That should be either in your mail or it should be in an email from Mr. Miller. We need all insurance. And this is a good time to get them started. Okay, so please send them to us and we'll look for them.
Really good job. Really good job. Are you guys pleased? Happy there, Silver? All right. Okay, really good. I'll instruct your families. You guys are dismissed. Thank you all. Appreciate it very much. If you wouldn't mind, you can grab your children from up at door 7, the same place you dropped them off. That would be wonderful. Thank you all.